Welcome to the channel where we talk about
Games.
Games.
Okay.
Your stuff.
Okay. All right.
Welcome to our channel where we talk about games
And stuff.
in the
Studio. Yay!
Now we're going to talk about why we don't stock Monopoly in our store.
Yeah, firstly, a disclaimer. We are not saying that Monopoly isn't fun, because for many people it is. We grew up with Monopoly in our house, along with Scrabble, chess, canasta, cribbage, Uno.
Absolutely.
So it's undeniable that Monopoly is probably the most well-known of all board games across the world. Monopoly set the tone for family gaming for many decades, and without it, we probably wouldn't have today's industry.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
Okay.
So the first reason we don't stock it is that big chain stores like Big W, Target and Kmart can buy it wholesale cheaper than we can as an independent game store.
Yeah.
Simply because they can buy the product in such large quantities, therefore gaining a massive discount. As a result, we just can't be competitive.
Monopoly has been so prolific in the number of variants of the game.
And I found a list.
You've done a list.
I've done this
Okay.
list of weird ones that I found. So there's Alice in Wonderland,
Wow.
the Britney Spears edition, there's a Builder edition, there's lots of film editions,
Okay.
there's Care Bears, there's a cheerleading edition, that'd be nice, there's a chocolate edition, which I wouldn't mind seeing, there's a dinosaur edition, Dog Lovers edition, Elvis Collector's edition, a FedEx edition.
We've had Dungeons and Dragons in the store. We've had the Cheaters. We've had.
Is there a horror one at some point?
There was a horror one. There's a Dracula. Was there a Dracula?
There was a Dracula.
There was a Dracula version. We've had that in the store.
There's a Heinz edition.
Customers are often looking for a specific version, and we simply can't stock them all. If we did, we would be a Monopoly store.
Our game store caters for many different types of customers, including families. And we believe that as a reputable game store, we need to offer a much broader range of products in general, like tabletop miniatures, role-playing,
Yeah.
hobby supplies, board card,
And
dice
dice
games,
games.
trading card games,
Yeah, all
and
those
lots of
things.
accessories.
There are many collectors of Monopoly, and we have one in our local area, Sharon.
Sharon.
She has a huge collection of over 1,200 copies.
Hi, Sharon. Thanks for
And
watching.
sources them from all over the world to gain access to versions of the game that local suppliers just wouldn't carry.
The UK is home to the current world record holder, Neil Scallon. He has a collection approaching 4,000 different copies
Wow.
and growing.
That's a FOMO. Fun fact, in World War II, charities would send Monopoly sets to POW camps, and in them they would hide maps and tools to facilitate prisoner escapes.
If you're looking for more information on monopolies that have been released, I found a fandom page and we've put a link in the description below.
Great. And while we're here too, we're trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year. So if you can, hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, and leave a comment if you like. Goes a long way to helping the channel.
So reason 3 we don't stock Monopoly.
Okay.
Personally, we're not fans of the game itself anymore for several reasons.
Yeah, look,
Number 1, arguments.
it's family fight night
It is
in most
family fight
cases.
and
Growing up, the youngest of 4 siblings, by quite a large gap, my eldest was nearly 14 years older than me. So when we were having family fun night with Monopoly, I'd often get ganged up on, and
it's not good.
it was not good.
And there's always arguments over the rules.
Yeah.
Nobody ever plays it right.
Nobody really plays it by its real rules.
Everyone has their own house rules, which is fine.
Free
You can do
parking.
that.
Free parking is not a rule. Winning lotto is not a rule.
But, you know, that's playing games is a time to interact with your family in a nice way, not
Yes.
that. So,
Yes. Don't get us wrong, competitive games are good.
yes, you can be competitive, but you can still have fun.
Wheeling and dealing and family in-house rules and all that sort of things leads to an uncomfortable gaming experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
You know, one of the things is that you can be knocked out really early.
True.
And then you're sitting around for 2 hours and missing out on the social interaction
Yeah.
and the game, feeling a bit left out. But I would say I enjoyed teaching my kids playing games,
Yes.
and I hadn't had experience with a lot of games apart from the family
Yeah.
ones I grew up with. So I taught them Monopoly.
Yeah, I taught my kids Monopoly and we just used to set a time
Yeah.
that we'd finish the game by. So we
Yeah.
would like start it in the afternoon and go, all right, we'll play till 4 o'clock, and whoever's in front at 4 o'clock is the winner.
Yeah, cool.
That way they don't get bored.
Yeah.
But the other thing is it's a simple mechanic.
It is. It's roll, move, act.
Roll,
move,
move,
act.
Done. So we've come up with a list of 5 games that we think are equally as simple to learn,
Yeah.
have more replayability, and play in an hour or less.
Well, number 1, there it is.
Ticket to Ride.
Ticket to Ride. And I have such...
We have all good memories of Ticket to Ride.
Yeah.
Never had a bad game of Ticket to Ride.
It's easy to learn. It's not a difficult game to play. 5 players in under an hour.
And the rule
Most
set
cases.
is just a double-sided sheet.
Yeah, it's
Really.
really easy to learn. I learnt Sue introduced me to Ticket to Ride. I've spoken about this in a previous video. Sue introduced me to Ticket to Ride 10 years ago, and
It's
it's
great.
set me on the journey. And it's been a very compressed journey.
And we get some funny looks when we talk to people in the shop about this game because they're like, well, there's no dice and there's no money. And
Yes.
they're like, well, how do you play the
it?
game?
I say there's no money, no dice, no arguments.
It's true.
Cool.
Oh, so it's basically set collection and contract fulfillment because you're trying to fulfill the tickets during the
Yes.
game. So 2 very simple mechanics to pick up.
There's a tiny little bit of take that in it. You could occupy a leg that you think somebody else is going to use because of the way they're going.
You could actually block someone on purpose.
Yeah.
But you don't actually know where they're going.
You really want to focus on doing your own thing because if you waste time,
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
You need to focus on what you're
yeah,
doing.
you need to focus on what you're doing. Next game,
Splendor.
it's there as well.
It is there. Splendor. It was probably the next one we learnt after Ticket to Ride. It's only about half an hour to play. 2 to 4 players. It plays really well as a 2-player
Yeah.
and really well as a 4-player. It's tactile.
Yes, it's got
It's a
chips
lot
that
of
are reminiscent of poker chips, but
They're-
it's not gambling.
It's very nice. And it's engine building.
Yeah.
So you're
It
just
is.
building up an engine to be able to do more stuff.
And you
of
lost
the same thing.
you lost your first 12
I
games.
did. I lost my first 12 games, but I loved every minute of it, which means it's fun, right?
Now, one we haven't played yet.
No, we
that
haven't.
we do know
We've
from
sold a lot of
watching it played and stuff, and we've sold a lot of it, is Sequence.
Yeah.
Plays a big group.
Yeah.
It is a rummy style game, but using a board.
Yeah. So it turns the simple concept of a deck of cards into a board game. And it's kind of a deck of cards and rummy meets Connect 4, although it's Connect 5.
Yeah.
You've got to Connect 5
And
in a
people,
row.
yeah, you get blocked, and you've got to
Yes.
try another
So there is
area.
some take that
Yeah,
in
there
it.
is a little bit of take that in it. Yeah.
But I don't think you're knocked out of the game.
No. Now, one of my favourites, the next one, Machikoro.
Machikoro is great.
Really,
If you like dice rolling, this is a great game to get into.
yeah. Again, it's a bit of an engine
It
builder
is kind of an engine builder.
because you've got to buy the cards from the market of buildings or cities or whatever you want to call them.
You're trying to
and
make money.
Add them to your tableau so that you've got more opportunities
You
to
want to
activate
build up your
more
buildings
cards.
to make more money so that you can
Yeah.
build your landmarks.
And again, it's very simple. It plays in under 30 minutes and it'll do 2 to 4 players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is a legacy game, which we want to get into.
That is one thing we should say about Monopoly, though. It does do a large player count if you want to.
Yeah, it has quite... What does Monopoly do? I'm not even sure.
I'm sure there's 8 tokens.
Yeah, probably.
The dog, the hat, the battleship, the wheelbarrow.
Oh, but they change in every version
Yes.
of Monopoly, so who knows.
So this is one you came up with.
Rummy Cub.
Yep.
It does 2 to 4 players. It's only a 30-minute game.
Yeah. It's rummy with tiles. It's cards meet Scrabble.
Yep. So the colours of the tiles indicate the suits.
Yep.
And you've got to make sets
And runs.
So-
And you've got little trays
Simple.
like Scrabble that you hold your
And
tiles in.
it's a bit of a slow burn at the beginning because you're trying to make sets
Yeah.
and runs. But once you get going, the challenges become more complicated because lots of people have got them out and you can play on any of them.
Yes.
So,
So you can.
which is why I'm really bad at it.
That's funny.
For those with young children, there's still games we'd recommend that you will both enjoy.
Yeah. Families and kids.
Enchanted Forest,
yeah.
4+, Shopping List, 3 or 4, Labyrinth is a little bit older, maybe 7.
Yeah.
But that's in another video, we're going to do that.
Yeah. So that is why
We don't stock
we
Monopoly.
don't stock Monopoly anymore. We made that decision
Last year.
last
really.
year. We kind of went, people aren't buying the base game from us because of price, and we can't stock all the variants and meet the collectors. And collectors shop around. They're looking at auctions and
They do.
all that sort of stuff.
Second-hand
They're looking at
dealers.
second-hand dealers. So that is our reasons for not having it. Again, I'll say it is a great game, and without it, we wouldn't have today's marvellous
Yes.
genres of games. So thanks again for watching, everyone. If you can, please subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any of these fabulous videos that we're making now. And if you can leave a comment, it really goes a long way to hitting that YouTube algorithm and getting us more views and hopefully more subscribers. So please hit that bell.
Thanks for watching Games.
And Staff Studio, until next time, play more games. So apparently you've set us a
Oh, I've
challenge.
done it, have I?
Yeah, apparently
I think you did it.
I didn't do it. You set the
did it.
challenge.
So we're going to challenge ourselves to learn 20 new games for the month of June.
Yeah.
And
We're on our way.
some of that is from our Shelter of Shame.
Yes, we're bringing some home from the shop that are new to us. And this helps us in two ways. It helps us give us more content to bring to you. It also helps us know more games to be able to sell them in the shop, because believe me,
It does.
once you know how to play a game,
It's much easier to sell because people want to know how to play the game before they buy it.
yeah, really important. So keep watching.